This week on C Plus News Time, the Emmy nominations were released, and guess what? Your favorite show wasn't nominated. And Lena Dunham is releasing a women's-based newsletter. All that, plus a cat, on C Plus News Time.
It's C Plus News Time with your host, Chad White.
Welcome back to C Plus News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the comedy news you didn't know about for the week of July 13th, 2015. There's a lot of news this week, but the biggest news was the snubs at the Emmys. Empire, if you didn't know, got snubbed. I'm really mad about that, as well as a bunch of CW shows like iZombie, Flash, and Arrow, and even Jane the Virgin. Nowhere in sight. The Golden Globes love Jane the Virgin. I'm leaving that one in, but I don't think the Emmys did at all. First up, for the comedy Emmy nominations, we've got the Best Comedy Series, including veterans like Louie and Modern Family. You've also got newcomers like Transparent, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, and Silicon Valley. And then you've got Parks and Rec for its last season, of course, and then there's Veep. For the Best Comedy Actor, we've got Anthony Anderson for Blackish, and then Don Cheadle for House of Lies. It's two black people, guys. We did it. Then we've got Matt LeBlanc for Episodes, and William H. Macy for Shameless, Jeffrey Tambor for Transparent, Will Forte for Last Man on Earth, and Louie for, of course, Louie. Best Comedy Actress, we've got Edie Falco, Lisa Kudrow, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, hopefully she wins, Amy Poehler, Amy Schumer, and Lily Tomlin. Then for the Best Comedy Supporting Actor, we've got Andre Braugher, Titus Burgess, Ty Burrell, Adam Driver, Keegan-Michael Key, and Tony Hale. Following that up with the Best Supporting Comedy Actress, we've got Mayim Bialik for Big Bang Theory. I think that's the only person nominated for Big Bang Theory on this. Julie Bowen, Anna Chlumsky, Gabby Hoffman, Allison Janney, Jane Krakowski, Kate McKinnon, and Niecy Nash. Those are very big names, and Niecy Nash is back from getting on. We got the Best Guest Comedy Actor, and there's Mel Brooks, Louie for Saturday Night Live, Paul Giamatti for Inside Amy Schumer. That's a very good episode. You should go watch it. Bill Hader, John Hamm, and Bradley Whitford for Transparent. We've also got Best Comedy Actress, including Pamela Alden, Elizabeth Banks, Christine Baranski, Joan Cusack, Tina Fey, and Gabby Hoffman. And then there's the Best Comedy Directing with Last Man on Earth, Louie, Silicon Valley, Transparent, and Veep, all nominated. And then there's Best Comedy Writing for Episodes, the TV show, the Showtime show. Last Man on Earth, Louie, Silicon Valley, Transparent, and Veep. This is going to be a very tight year with very great races. And then we've also got Letterman being nominated and Colbert being nominated for their last shows, but they're in the variety category. It's going to be huge. The Emmys with Andy Samberg. Speaking of the Emmys, we've got Mike Schur commenting on his friend and co-worker Amy Poehler's lack of Emmy nominations and wins, saying one of the great Hollywood tragedies is that what happened. And I quote, he said, "It's one of the great Hollywood tragedies that she hasn't won an Emmy yet. I watched this happen with Steve Carell. It's a very similar thing. And I think the world just thinks that she's won. She's been an active part of the Emmy ceremony for years and years. I think people have a picture in their minds of her on a stage in a nice dress and are like, oh, she's won 3 times. No one can do what she did better than she did it. It's hard to complain. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is a national treasure, but at the same time, I just hope and pray that somehow or another, this is Amy's year." Poehler is up against fantastic actors that I just listed out, so go back to about 2 minutes ago when I said that. And considering that Parks and Rec was in its last year, hopefully she at least was in second place or first place. I mean, Veep's still on. We love Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She's won before. Amy Poehler kind of deserves this. Am I right? Am I right? And finally, Lena Dunham is getting into the publishing business. Her and Girls showrunner Jenny Connor are launching a self-funded bi-weekly email newsletter called Lenny. It's going to be, about feminists, of course. It's going to target millennial women with advice, essays, and product recommendations. Imagine it as 17 magazine, but for a select group of girls who are not idiots. Of course, these are the smart ones that you want to keep. And alongside Jezebel and Slate writer Jessica Gross, Dunham and Connor will publish articles on, quote, feminism, style, health, politics, friendship, and everything else. So, of course, it's going to be Cosmo for the smarties. It's going to be everything that we needed, that these little girls need to grow up to be women and not women that you don't want to date. I was going to say something else, but it's kind of a bad word. Sluts, I was going to say. Dunham told The Cut that Lenny won't just be straight white cisgender women, we're not making any assumptions about your identity, she said. We're making the assumption that you're passionate and you care about other people's emotions and style, and you just want to live a more connected life. That's what we need for everybody, not just little tiny girls. Little tiny girls who read this. We need this for grown men, older women, older men, middle-aged men, young men, middle-aged women, young women. Of course, everybody needs this, and maybe we can learn a thing or two. Of course, men can probably pick this thing up and learn how to get in touch with their emotional, more feminist sides. And when Lena comes out, of course, we'll tell you about it. Check the website for details. And that's all the news I have for you on this week's C Plus News Time. Check out one of our videos, of course, and you can also subscribe. Go to the website. We've got everything you need there. Essays, features, interviews, reviews. I just reviewed Ant-Man and Trainwreck by the time this video comes out. I've also got everything in social networks that you might need, such as Facebook. You can like us on there. Follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at @ChadBlackWhite. And tumble with us on Tumblr. And guess what? I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. This week on C Plus News Time, it's an all-Emmy blowout, and Lena Dunham is making a women's-based newsletter. Got it. This week we're having a... Damn it. Last time I promised. Last time, Kitty, I promised. All right, fine, I promise. This is the last one. Last time. This week on C Plus News Time. I'm sorry. This week, and this is the comedy news you didn't know about for the week of July. Fucking forgot the date. Okay.